this month we're going to be talking with Robert Wilson from Landmark Bank about the process of buying a home. So first off, Robert, what's the first thing they should do?
First off, when you're getting applied for a new mortgage, the first thing you need to do is reach out to your mortgage lender to get an application taken. A lot of people will go out there and try to search for their credit scores first. We would like you not to do that because we are going to pull your credit to check out your liabilities. Like to avoid having too many people pulling your credit. So reaching out to your mortgage lender first, getting an application, getting the information that we need to put a full application together to try to get you a pre-approval letter.
And they could do that online, right?
Correct. They can go into one of our websites at banklandmark.com, or you can go into one of my personal websites at rwilson@banklandmark.com.
So they're going through, what kind of documentation do you need to see ultimately from them?
Documentation that I'm going to see off the start would be pay stubs in regards to income, pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns. We'd like to see your bank statements if possible, photo IDs, that type of thing. But the big thing off the start is always going to be income. To make sure that that liability section that we're going to pull with your credit is going to be okay with the debt to income for the amount of the priced house that you're looking for.
So let's talk about debt to income. What is the most favorable numbers that you should be at?
The most favorable numbers would be 45% debt to income. That's going to include everything that pops up on your liabilities, including your taxes and insurance with the property you're looking to purchase.
Okay, so let's break that down to layman terms. Debt to income.
Debt to income would be, we're going to take what your gross income is that you're getting paid, if that's even hourly, salary, or commission. We're going to take those numbers of what you make a year divided by 12 to monthly income. Then we're going to take your liabilities that we get from your credit, your payment from what this house you're looking to purchase. We're going to take all those together and divide that by your monthly income to get your debt to income, which is where we want to be at, is below 45% if possible.
And so that they don't become house poor, from what they are actually qualified to finance for, what should they really factor in whenever they're picking what their mortgage payment's going to be?
When they're picking what the mortgage payment to be, and that's something we can do in your pre-approval process, we're hoping that that 45% is going to kind of keep that max point where you're not going to be, house broke. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't have much debt out there, you may not want to be at 45% debt to income right off the start. If you don't have any auto loans or credit cards or anything like that, you don't want your whole house payment to be at 45%, because if you ever were to go out there and get a car loan or credit card, they're going to use that same kind of formula at that debt to income, where you're really stuck if everything you have going into it is going to your house.
Right. And if you're not renting currently, or say you're still at home with mom and dad, or have roommates, you really need to factor in what your utilities are going to be too, and you probably won't know what that's like if you've not had to pay them. So there's a lot of things to factor in. I think that people, if you eat out a lot, if you aren't really being realistic about that, you can get yourself in trouble in a real hurry. So really break that down and really look at your whole budget. How do you live now? And you can't expect yourself to change overnight, to go from eating out 4 times a week to never eating out. It's just not realistic. So really factor that in. If you're planning on having a child, you're going to need to factor in daycare costs, diapers, if they're going to do formula. All those things come into play, and insurance policies will go up, your taxes go up typically. So,
and there's always something that could be, pop up with your home, something like a hot water heater or an AC unit or something like that. You want to make sure you have those funds put away to be able to fix something with the property if something were to go wrong.
Absolutely. So in negotiations, we see really often where closing costs are paid by seller. Whenever you meet with a buyer, you typically go through and discuss those options.
Correct.
Right?
We go over those options with you. We'll go over the different programs. But the big thing is we always try to talk about is that debt to income, to talk about that down payment money. That's always the biggest thing. Going into that house, a lot of people think you need 20% to put down. That's not necessarily true. So I always like to talk to my buyers. Where's your asset set? How much can you put down? We don't want you taking everything in your bank account to put into this mortgage. Because we said you have to have some funds to do some other things to move on with your life.
Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the first series. Join us on Friday, and